Shalom, Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push in the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, the name of this lesson is going to be called Stability in the New Normal. And what is the new normal is consistent chaos. All right? It's just not going to stop. Those of us that have eyes and care, you could look up and see the polycrisis, if you will. Just things, one thing after another, multiple things on top of each other. All right, so good old Second Esdras. And these prophecies, the way they're jumping off the page, were just, the same precepts are going to keep coming out. So, this is 2nd Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That's what we're doing, right? By staying on topic. And when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and here's the one I'm going to focus on, uproars of the people of the world. There's everything going on. You got uproars everywhere. You got niggas destroying the food, right? And replacing it with some bullshit. When you think of that, right, you can only think of it for 2 minutes. And then you put it on the Lord. You're like, okay, fake eggs, all right, bugs and all this other bug meal in the flour and, what do they do? And then you watch The Last of Us and find out that the pancake mix, is going to fuck you up. All right. But stability, knowledge, and wisdom. Let's get that real quick. Wisdom and knowledge. Shall be. Because after all, this is the title. Stability in the new normal. What's the new normal? Evil. Bad times all day, every day. And in order to get through this, you have to know what the hell is going on. Otherwise, it'll drive you crazy. And the Most High will choose your delusion. Okay? If you know what it is, you know that that's the Most High. If you don't know what the 12 tribes sign is, you're a dumbass. If you don't know what the C hip is, you're a dumbass. And really, you're just scared. You're scared you're going to take it, so you're already preparing to take it, and the Most High then chose your delusion. All right, Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. What are we looking for? Stability. Of what times? The times of the end. Now, what? Wisdom and knowledge. You got to fear the Most High that he impart these mysteries into your ass. And if you don't, okay, if you don't fear the Most High, let me see if this is it. Choose your, how you spell choose. I gotta fix this. See that connection. Connection lost. Choose SE. Your. No. Let's see. I'm thinking of a Guns N' Roses title right now. Salakia, if you know who Guns N' Roses is. Salakia, let me look this up on the phone since I have better luck. Choose. Bear with me. Yeah, it is choose your delusion. Okay, so that'd be Isaiah 66, yeah? Why didn't it come up? It just works better on the phone. 66. Yeah, oh, it's use your delusion. 16, 66 and 4. Isaiah 66 and 4. I, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yoshai, also will choose their delusions. Okay? You don't fear the Most High, so he's going to what? Bring your fear upon you. What is that? That's C-hip. You scared. Oh, it's my delusion. It's sin. It's anything that it's clearly not. What dumbass? How stupid do you have to be to try to say that the MOTB is sin? It doesn't work. An embargo. It doesn't work. It's just stupid. It's completely illogical. You're really running from the truth because you're scared. You're not afraid of the Most High, what he's going to do to you. You're afraid of what this devil is going to do when he takes away your food. So you're prepping. How are we going to eat? How am I going to feed my family? Nigga, it's over. All right? Everything's over. Prepare for the end. If you're not prepared to die, all right, and win, then you already lose. The worst that can happen is you die and win in the truth. That's the worst case scenario. Get your head chopped off, it's a win. How do you not understand that? Okay? You got to put your head in the guillotine. All right? So the Most High is choosing your delusion. I also will choose their delusion and will bring their fears upon them. What is your fear? Taking that seat. Oh, go ahead and take the shot. What nigga in an Israelite camp with fringes tells his congregation to take it? You prepared him. If you told him to go take the test, take the shot, and you're preparing them now to take the C-hip because that's not the mark. No, you're afraid. You're afraid you won't be able to spend that money that that filthy lucre that you've been working on. You've been working on that bag. You've done all manner of wickedness to achieve the bag. Now you don't want to let it go. Okay? Because when I called, none did answer. Hey, the Most High called and said, forego the bag. Oh, no. No, I got these fringes on. I'm finna sell this starter kit and bring you to the Passover. I need $200. When I spake, they did not hear me, but they did evil before mine eyes. The Passover is $200. I'm going to enrich myself, and here's your Israelite starter kit with fringes. And chose that which I delighted not. Okay? Filthy lucre, nigga. It's easy. So the Most High done said, no, I'm blinding you and your congregation. Here's the ditch. Get your ass in it. Okay? Where are we going? Oh, I'm going to go in the spirit. Let's just watch this guy. Where are things going? I mean, it's pretty easy. This is 18 hours ago. This weirdo, Patrick Humphrey, Army deployed, trains and schools shut down, 500,000 people in the street. Everything. Real quick, let me go here. Let me go, what is it? Second, is it 16? On travail upon a woman? Where is it? 37, second is 1637. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. What's this guy talking about? Army deployed. That's the stormtroopers coming in. That's Marshall. Trains and schools shut down. Why? They're about to bring out this next round of shutdowns. What does that say? Shutdown. 500,000 people in the streets. That's and what is it? Uh, uh, Second Ezra's 9 and 2. Okay, we just read that. Let's get it again real quick. Salaki, we'll go back. Damn, forgot. Right here. Uproars of the people. That's what I'm looking for. All right, we'll let it play. Uproars of the people. Now let's go back. Salakia. I'm all over the place, but this is what it is. Look at this bullshit. You know I'm making a video. That's what you're doing. Okay, so let's go. 16. Right here. What was it? 1637. Behold, the plagues draw nigh. All right. Uproars and are not slack. Food poisoned. Okay. Only thing left is niggas start turning into zombies and biting each other. When does that happen? As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues, plural, okay, be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. What does that mean? That means all of these plagues, if you will, all of these situations, these evils, are going to be happening at the same time. And it's going to overwhelm you because you weren't really about this truth. You were using it as a come up and as a means to enrich yourself with filthy lucre. Now you got it. You got a little money now, looking for the Learjet, but shit's over now. And you made the wrong choice. Okay? We're in this time now. Now you see nothing but shit going down everywhere, wherever you look, and you realize you made the wrong choice. You got a bank full of money, and the only way to access that cash, right, is through CBDC and that CHIP, and you're confounded because you've been stacking and packing stacks now for the last 10 years. Now the jig is up. The Most High chose your delusion. Okay, we're going to get that strong delusion.
Lots of big breaking news today. We have 3 top news stories today. We have the army on the streets, and we have schools shutting down, trains shutting down, and over 500,000 people on the streets right now.
This is a bunch of a whole gaggle of shit going on all down at the same time. Okay, and they're not showing this on the mainstream media. If you go out and you look, you could come up with 10 things going on at the same time that are all affecting everybody, whether you hear or forbear.
So have hundreds of thousands of people without power. We see panic buying. All this is happening in Texas right now too.
Not panic buy. When they shut this power down, nigga, 3 days, all hell breaks loose. And they got this shit all storyboarded and mapped out. Davos is over. You see the shit going down, right? Okay? What happens when they shut the power down? After 3 days, they're going to let niggas have a wilding. Wilding out, they call it. Right? And then what? Order out of chaos. They bring in the truth. They got it all mapped out.
And our food supply is under threat. We're seeing food export embargoes happening, food export bans tariffs happening on food. Countries are making moves to protect themselves from food shortages. So we will get into all this stuff. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to have a long one today and we're going to hit all these topics. So let's get into the first topic here. All right, the army is on the streets in the UK. You can see here that the army is on the streets to fill positions of over 500,000 people that are on strike right now. And who is organizing these strikes? It's one of these things we keep seeing these massive strikes. They're happening in the U.S. right now.
Okay, and let's touch on this real quick. You know what's going on? I saw an article. It was a meme or something about you don't have to be a citizen to join the police force. What's that? I got to do a video. I might do a video. I got to research and get some information and cobble it together because you got people coming across the southern border, right? Non-citizens that don't speak the language, but they're being given and offered a job. Right, the elder out in L.A. What's the Mataza Matazawa Mawatazak. He made a video going into they're getting 4Gs over there in the UK. They're giving Ukrainian, who have, all these refugees storming in, they're offering them 4Gs a week to become police. Why? Why are they doing that? Same thing here, over in Atlanta, right there, when they had the little dude got shot and they were holed up in the woods out there protesting. What were they protesting? A military style police training camp. Who do you think they're training? In LA, you don't have to be a citizen to become a law enforcement officer. What do you think that is? And they probably prefer that you not speak English. What do you think that is? Under your nose, this is going on. I'm going to have to cobble together some info and bring that out. All right, we can't just talk about it. So anyway.
We'll get to the strikes that are happening in New York City, and people are literally dying from these strikes. All right, very sad stories. But who's organizing all these strikes at the same time on our critical infrastructure? You can see here
the so-called white man Esau.
Wall Street Silver on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter if you're not. It says massive protests break out in London as the UK is rocked by a big day strike for higher wages and against a anti-strike law. Schools are closed, trains at a standstill, and the army has been deployed to replace some of the strikers. And you can see here the streets are filled with people. And here's the article. It says Britain grinds to a halt after 500,000 workers go on strike. Downing Street warned Brits the strike would cause, quote, significant disruption. Thousands of schools have been closed. Around 85% of the schools in England and Wales are said to be affected. 85% of the schools shut down right now, all right? And also, thousands of students have been sent home in Nantucket. Their schools are shut down in Connecticut from a cyber attack, all right? Just something I remembered off the top of my head. The Nantucket school system suffered.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Massive cyber attack, and the kids have been sent home from school this week. All right, just another thing affecting, but 85% of the schools in England and the UK have been shut down. And says most of the trains in England have stopped running, and British nurses are also on strike right now. And it says swaths of office staff are forced to work from home Wednesday as widespread industrial action closed schools and crippled Britain's rail network, while hundreds of members of the armed forces were drafted into cover for strikes at the border as well.
Boom. What does this mean? See, you can't let something like this just sneak by you. While hundreds of members of the armed force, what armed forces? Were what? Drafted in to cover for strikes at the border. So they're creating the strikes. And who are they bringing in? Who are they drafting? Are they drafting British citizens know. These are refugees speaking a different language to do what? This is what's happening under everybody's nose. In Georgia, in Atlanta, right? They got this training facility for law enforcement. For who? For who? And then you get little tidbits like, well, in LA, where there's nothing but illegals running around, they're giving them jobs. What job? Well, what kind of law enforcement? Locking you niggas up, not speaking the same language, and shooting you square in the ass for $4,000 a week. You can't put it to you, don't have the eyes to see. While hundreds of members of the armed forces, well, they became members of the armed forces after they were drafted. Well, who are you drafting? The British citizens? No. To cover for strikes. Those are the ones walking away. Oh, you ain't giving my money? You're forcing me out. Why? To bring in these ones that don't speak the language. Okay? How can you not see that? That's the agenda. Is that not on the agenda? The Walmart? How you gonna? The British citizens aren't gonna run up on the British military is not gonna run up on the citizens. Same thing in America. You got to get somebody who, first of all, doesn't speak the language and ain't never had $4,000 in their pocket ever, and you got to give it to them every week. They're going to shoot you square in the ass and send the money home. Okay?
So this happened actually a couple months ago in the UK. They were having ambulances shortages. Nobody was able to drive the ambulances in the UK, and they had to get the military in, the army, to drive ambulances in the UK. Right? It's one of these things. Who is organizing these strikes on our critical infrastructure? And the UK has been dealing with these train strikes for months now. These are also happening inside of the United States as well.
What do you think the train strike is? Whoever's striking, right? Say, for instance, you got all these people that get big money to work at the telephone company. This was a long time ago. And then they would go on strike, and who comes in? What they call a scab, right? I tried to go in as a scab and work at the telephone. You get eggs thrown at them, they will kill you crossing that line, crossing the picket line. Them motherfuckers will kill you about their job, and you're getting their money. Okay? So those people are being pushed out to bring in who? Ones that don't speak your language. The train. What is significant about the train? We're going to cut this short. You see what's going on. What is significant about trains? Let's see. A-U-W, A-U-S, H-W-I-T-Z. Auschwitz. Let's go to Auschwitz. Let's go to images, and what do we see? What's this? What's this? This is a concentration camp. This is a railroad track. What is significant about trains in World War III? Concentration camp. Here's Auschwitz. Look at what they're showing you. Here's where you going, nigga. How you gonna get there? High-speed rail. Where I live, guess what they're doing? They're working feverishly on high-speed rail. See that? So you just got to be able to put things together. The railroad is integral dealing with sea camps. Get it? All right, anyway, let's go here. Um, let's get this. We'll close on this. If you don't know what's going on in the MOTB, it's sin, and uh, the 12 tribes sign doesn't mean anything, and you don't have to go through the elder apostles of GMS to understand it. If you went through the elder apostle of GMS to understand it, and you're still holding fast to sound doctrine, then you're not rapping. You don't have dreads. Okay, you're not selling fringes. You're not stealing people's campsite. None of those things. What are you doing? You're warning the people. But if you did, if you came through GMS and wanted your own camp, right? Because you're full of shit and hate order and decency, then here's what the Most High is dealing with you like this. You choose your Most High is choosing your delusion, and He got you under strong delusion. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11. We're going to end it right here. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. The 12 tribes sign, it's not talking about that. The 12 tribes sign is false. Where were we? Salakia. I'm going to read one up. Let's read 10. Start at 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that could be applied to you too, Jake. Talk about Esau, but guess what? And for this cause, lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. That's talking about you 2/3. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Right? That they all might be damned who believeth not the truth. Right? Nate, Johanna, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Bubble Eye Blackfish and fallen angels, the fallen angel doctrine, and now they're giants. Come on. What happened? The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua sent you strong delusion. Okay? And now you're leading them into the pit. Matthew 15 and 14 on the way out. Let them alone. Leave them niggas alone. Okay? They're done. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Okay? One more. Second Timothy 3. But evil men, we know who they are, and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. All right? What do? Stick to GMS. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing whom thou hast learned them. I'll just stop right there. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and few sisters. With that, what is this? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. Stability in the new normal. All right, with that, we hope the elect will edify you, brothers and few sisters. Shalom.